Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss Luxor, lack of discipline, bad luck 50s, creeping up on a table. We also touch on ping pong and pool, shotgun and skeet shooting, cum bets, Kir Royale, and East Alabama rednecks. We're going to wing it. We got too much to talk about.
Let's talk.
Put on a little sweater here, a little hoodie.
Coloring up that ugly damn logo.
I got the AC on, man. It's Vegas. It was in the 70s today. I actually went and got a little sun up at the pool.
Did you go to the pool?
Took a little break, made calls at the pool, which is on the roof. I should have taken some pictures, man. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful view of the strip. Demon Dan showed up while I was up there.
Today, after last night?
He did. Okay, so Ed.
All right. So Demon Dan, who played with you last night, was at the pool.
Demon Dan, actually, he's a friend of mine from LA. English dude. Okay. So he's got that accent, which is great. But he came out here and he brings his own pool cue because he's likes to go play pool.
I got a pool cue hanging up on a wall out there.
Nice. Do you have a pool handle? Like Minnesota Fats, dude. That's one of the ultimate ones, you know?
No, it's a weapon.
I like playing pool. I had a pool table growing up and in the basement, but it was a small size. I'm good at all that shit.
We had a full-size pool table when I was growing up. It was out in the garage, a detached garage that was all block building. And in the winter, it was quite cold, but we had a heater out there, and all my cousins would come over and we'd play pool all the time. Some of them are still into it. Personally, I'm not. I'm
really good at those bar games, dude, like darts. Pool.
I'm not good at darts. I might shoot you in the eyeball if you ain't careful. Don't get in front of me.
I'm good at all that shit, dude. Like ping pong.
I have played a lot of ping pong and pool in my life because my other cousin had a ping pong table. I had the pool table. He had the ping pong table.
I will destroy an amateur playing ping pong. I'm that good at ping pong.
You just wait. You just wait.
I can play with both hands, dude. I'm like that good.
You're not allowed. You can only put the paddle in one hand, dude.
Yeah, you know what? I'll play with my offhand. I'll play with my left hand and still destroy people. I'm not good. Like I can't go into the Olympics, but any rank amateur, like any guy that's like says they're good at ping pong.
Well, then I ain't playing with you.
Crush.
I'm not gonna play with you then.
You could bet money on me easy.
I might bet on you, but I'm not gonna play with you.
Well, listen, man, I was a member of the ping pong club.
I used to shoot skeet.
Oh, really?
Competitively. Yeah. I've got 3 gold medals and 3 bronze medals from 1970. Ooh, that's a long time ago. 6, I think it was. World Championships.
Ed, no wonder why you're a sharpshooter, man. Shooting is in your DNA.
Oh yeah. My dad bought a skeet club so that I could practice when I was young.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I did that.
It was great. I mean, you talk about gambling. You want to talk about gambling? Skeet shooters,
always
gamble, man. They will.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, man. They'll bet on anything. We used to go out there and do what we call cow pasture skeet.
What is that all about?
All right. So we would load in your basic store-bought skeet trap machine.
Mm-hmm.
We would load 3 skeet into it.
Okay.
And you had a double barrel shotgun that you could use, and you had to shoot all 3 of them.
Oh.
And we'd all put like 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks on a tree stump and stick it with a knife so the wind wouldn't blow it off.
That's tough, man. That's like in a movie.
I mean, and I'm like this teenager out there with these grown men, and they're all drinking beer, and I'm taking their money.
I'd love to see that.
We won a lot of money as a kid.
Listen, is that still popular?
But right there, I mean, that's just gambling out there on the side, right? That right there, because you got a double barrel shotgun over and under. You got to put an extra shot, like in your mouth like a big stogie. And you got to shoot, and then reload one shell and shoot the third one.
That's pro, man. You should have
Because you got 2 barrels, you got 3, you got to hit.
you should have a nickname for that if you're that good.
Well, I mean, we had a lot of fun with it, but
Like 3-barrel Tony or something like that.
I bet you under this table somewhere I could find an old shooting vest or something and show you. But
See, this is all in your DNA, dude. It just evolved into craps.
it's in my DNA.
Hunting, fishing, take that vest to the table, man, and we'll bag some craps.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't fit anymore. My belly's too big. I mean, I was like 16
Man, that's
back then. We had a good time. I mean, you would go, you'd pay the entry fee, just for the club. Here I'm going to shoot. And you're trying to get ranked and all that kind of stuff. And you'd have state champ. You had to be ranked to play in the state championships. And if you were ranked in the state, then you could go play in the world championships. So for my graduation, which was I graduated high school out of the 11th grade instead of the 12th grade. My dad sent me to the World Skeet Championship. And my job, quote unquote, was to go and win enough money to pay him back for the cost of sending me out there. Plus, I got to keep whatever else I won over and above the expenses.
Oh, nice.
So I came home with an extra, I don't know, a couple, $3,000 or something as a 16, 17.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
A ton of money back then, dude.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, you were like, you must have been getting ladies, man. Champion skeet shooter.
You could, I mean, you had cash to play with back then.
Wow,
right?
that's a lot of cash to play with.
Yeah.
That's nice. I wish I had just had that last night.
Yeah, you probably needed it. But I mean, we had a good time back when I was a kid playing and shooting skeet. I mean, I loved it. I went out there, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday afternoon, and shoot 300 or 400 rounds, just like I practice here.
Yeah.
I'd go out there every weekend and I would shoot 300 or 400 rounds of ammunition at skeet with different, and you shoot with different gauges of shotguns. You got a 12 gauge.
Yeah. Practice like you play.
Yep. You got a 12 gauge. You got a 20 gauge. You got a 28 gauge, which is a very rare gauge for most people. And you had to, and we had a 410 gauge, which is like a very small.
Did it pay 2 to 1?
No, the 410 did not pay 2 to 1, but you could win a lot of money if you were any good.
I don't know what those gauges look like. Is a 28 gauge small or is big?
Small.
And the 410?
Small.
Oh, nice. So you do have to be a sharp shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Practice like you play, shoot like you practice.
That's it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, because I had like Remington was one of my sponsors at one time.
Dude, you've had sponsors, man. We need sponsors here. We call them up.
I had sponsors when I was a teenager.
Hey, remember me?
I was wearing Remington patches and shit just because they would give them to me to wear.
Yeah, we need to get some of those, man.
I'd send you pictures. So they were really big patches, World Championship, 78, I think it was.
Hell yeah. I want to see those gauges, those patches, all that stuff.
And me and my dad had so many. It was a state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Little pin, and it would have inscribed on it what y'all won. Father and son team this gauge. Father and son team this gauge. It was a lot of fun. It was wholesome. It was competition.
Just wholesome father-son shooting guns.
Yeah. Just good old Southern stuff. Good old Southern stuff, man.
Yeah, I wish I had gone and shot guns with my dad. That would have been actually cool. But it wasn't different. I didn't grow up in the country, really. So
I did. I mean, man, I'm such a redneck. I really am a redneck.
That's what I love about you, man.
I call myself an East Alabama redneck.
Nice.
And I have no disgrace in that at all.
East Alabama redneck.
That's me.
EA.
You know where redneck came from?
Yeah. Tell me, where did redneck come from?
Okay. Everybody wants to make that a derogatory term, correct?
I mean, yeah, but okay. Sure. Yes, pretty much.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's thought of as a derogatory term.
Yep.
But here's where it came from. And then I want you to tell me if it's derogatory.
Okay, let's hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
In Alabama, West, and especially East Alabama, West Georgia, the soil is clay.
Yeah.
It's not really great fertile soil like brown soil. The soil is actually red. Okay.
Yeah, I like how you pronounce soil. It's almost reminiscent of Louisville. Soil. Soil.
I appreciate you liking my
Yeah, soil.
Southern grammar.
Yeah. Okay.
We got soil.
Clay.
Yeah. So it's red clay, red
Mhm.
soil.
Mhm.
And so when a farmer would be out working in the field, sweating like crazy,
Mhm.
dust blowing up all around him, right?
Yep.
When he would wipe his face and wipe his back of his neck to just get the sweat off of him for a moment, it would be red.
Oh,
The rag would become red because of the color of the soil.
yeah.
So,
The red clay.
when he wiped the back
Yeah.
of his neck, it was a redneck until he wiped it. So I don't consider it derogatory. I consider it an homage to the hardworking individuals that helped found this country, those farmers and people who really put, their life work into founding.
Yeah, Ed. Redneck is a badge of honor.
You better, as far as I'm concerned, it is. I don't take offense to being called a redneck at all.
Man, Ed, you just taught me something. I just learned something. You learned me.
I learned you.
Yes.
I learned you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. This is an educational. This is educational. Big red.
Yeah. Big Red. I taught you about Big Red, taught you about
A lot of
Skippy.
red. Big red, redneck.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to the ATM yesterday when I was driving. I had to go for work. I had to deposit a check over at Wells Fargo, right? And so I'm like, oh, is there an ATM here? And they're like, no. So I had to drive outside and, one of those ATMs that you can only get to from your car. They didn't have one inside.
Or horse and buggy.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
they asked me, what do I want? And then I was like, do you want, 100 or other? So I put other, I put 620 in your honor.
Thank you.
And they actually they gave it to me in 50s.
Oh no.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Exactly. That's what I said. So
Did you go inside and swap them out?
tell me about 50s.
Bad luck.
50s are bad luck. Okay, so I'm fast forwarding this to last night. I went up to the cage because I had all those 50s.
You took 50s inside the casino.
Dude, it was my emergency backup. We'll get to that. I never was supposed to dip into that pocket, but I grabbed it.
I ain't got enough brown water for this story.
Just in case. So, Ed, I went up to the cage and I was like, Demon Dan, hold on. I got to change these 50s. He's like, why? I'm like, trust me.
Too late. You already brought them in the damn casino.
No.
You done brought them in the damn casino.
I went to the lady. I'm like, can you change these? Can you make these hundreds? And she's like, yeah, no, sure, no problem. So she gives me 100. I'm like, these are bad luck, right? Aren't these bad luck? And she's like, 40 years ago, they were. Not anymore. And I'm like, I think they are. These are bad luck to go into a casino and use $50 bills. So what do you know about 50s? I don't know why that started.
Okay. Apparently it wasn't a great session, correct?
Last night's session, I would say
it was all your fault. You took 50s inside a casino door.
You know what? You could be right. I already have the title of it's like Temple of Doom. That's the title for the next episode of what happened. 50s. What do you know about them?
They got Grant's pictures on them.
So that's why it's unlucky. I just know that they're for gambling. You just don't put them on the table. I don't know how that happened.
You can put them in a slot. They're really not unlucky, but nobody buys in with 50s at a craps game.
But do you know why? See, I was like, I wonder why everyone is superstitious about this lady wasn't. She was like, no, it's been too long.
It's been too long. They used to be superstitious. Now they're just a little stitious.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get out of my car and go back in and say, hey, excuse me, and wait in line and get hundreds. I figured I'd just do it at the casino. Maybe that was part of the curse. I would have
went straight in there to the cage and went, how dare a bank with an ATM even put 50s in a damn ATM in Las Vegas? Everybody in the world knows this is bad luck. Switch them out now. Plus, I want 100 for my agony.
So anyway, I did bring maybe entered the casino with some bad luck.
You did.
But the thing is that when I got those 50s off of me, the luck did change.
Now, how's that? You walked in, you took them out of your pocket. You ain't done a damn thing until you went to the cage.
Okay, and I'm skipping stories, but the disaster at Luxor, and by the way, it happened at Luxor.
I want to hear about Luxor. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Ed, I was at
All
Luxor.
right. Let's go back to the beginning.
So, Demon Dan,
Mhm.
another beginning lesson, another 10-ton lesson happened. Demon Dan.
And you failed.
Okay.
All right. Tell me about it.
Listen, I don't know what happens on YouTube. I don't know if people are out there really talking about their losses or talking about, or if people are just candy coating everything.
Never. Only a few. Only a few of them.
Yeah. Well, but the good thing about this podcast is that in a lot of ways, it's going to keep me accountable. And this is a huge challenge playing at this size bankroll, specifically my discipline. It's very tough dialing it back. I think I had more of a problem the last few sessions playing with this small bankroll than I've had forever.
What do you count? What did you account that to?
You have to be vigilant at all times.
Yes.
I mean, at all times. Okay, so here it is. Demon Dan, where should he play? What casino? Excalibur? Where should someone with the name Demon Dan go?
No, that's not in the fly zone. Okay.
Okay, well, you know what? We both decided Demon Dan, we went to Luxor.
No legitimate player goes to the Luxor
Well, hey, listen, man.
with 50s in their pocket.
Yep, I had 50s in my pocket, in my back pocket.
That's the problem.
So I bought in for 620.
Perfect.
He bought in for 300.
You got to bring your newbies up a level, but 300.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, but you know what? I can't force them to, like I said, it'd be ideal if you had some more. Okay.
Yeah, but they're scared.
Hey, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And you know
He'll
what?
drop 300. He'll drop 300 in a freaking poker machine in a heartbeat.
I don't know. Like he's not a big gambler. I've only seen him play roulette.
That's a terrible game to play.
Well, I mean, I've only played roulette a couple times. It doesn't interest me. So anyway.
Only if you're winning, brother. Only if you're winning.
I guess so. I guess any game, right?
Only if you're winning.
So 7 shooters in.
Yeah.
He was basically even, maybe up or down. I think it was $25 for him. And I was actually up $50 after 7 shooters with that bankroll.
That's a long time to be up $50. That's a long time.
I mean, for 7 shooters,
or down, up or down. Yeah. I mean, you're treading water. Okay. You're treading water.
I mean, we were treading water, man, which I think is fine. That's fine. To me, that's an accomplishment. If on that bankroll, I was staying disciplined, and the moral of the story is coming, was it got around to Demon Dan.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I didn't shoot. I passed up the opportunity to shoot. I just wasn't feeling it. I know, Ed. I know. This podcast isn't all going to be like, hey, 10-ton was not number 1 last night. That guy was far from it.
Are you giving us our first loss of the podcast?
Oh, yep, I am.
Okay.
It's embarrassing too. So anyway, after 7 shooters, I think I was actually up.
You got bored.
No, here's what happened.
Bored.
Otherwise, playing textbook. Here's the problem. Problem is I didn't shoot. I don't know why I didn't shoot. I'm still looking back on it. It's because I just wasn't feeling it, but I was in the proper spot. I should have shot. I didn't.
Yeah.
Mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is like, oh, Demon Dan's first time shooting.
You went all in. You did a rail dump on him.
Stupid, dude. It was stupid. All it takes is one slip up, and you go from maintaining discipline and order to, oh, you know what? I'm going to bet $30 on the bonus this time. I'm going to bet 30 on the line. And now I'm going to, here's 110, $100 outside.
No, you didn't do that.
I did do that. And then guess what? Demon Dan hit 1 point. First time shooting, I was happy. The fact that he was setting his dice, he ended up hitting chips and it 7'd out. It happens. So that was mistake number 2. Me not shooting 1, and then me.
That's mistake number 3.
What's the other one? 50s?
Bringing 50s into the casino.
So the 50s are still sitting in my pocket. Okay. They're sitting
I don't
there.
care. They walk through the door, dude.
I know. Okay. So, and maybe you could argue going to Luxor, but I had told him, I said, listen, man, Luxor is dark energy for me.
So I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a real question because I spent
Yeah, go ahead.
I spent half of the last podcast telling you how to bet with newbies
Mhm.
and how to bet with random tossers which included a $15 don't pass and an $18 6 and 8. And you're telling me you didn't do that?
No, with Cheeks, we did not do any dark side, any don't pass betting with Cheeks, and we were okay.
What about Sheets?
Sheets haven't gone. Sheets, listen, with Sheets, it's so funny, man. I was at Ellis Island with Sheets. We got to bring Sheets out, though. Sheets is funny because he's one of those guys that, like, he won't take a lesson, really. Sheets is too stubborn. He's just got his way. He's a come better. Okay.
No.
Yeah, he
No.
is. Yeah.
Worst bet in the house.
Hey, listen, he's a come better. He's old
All
school.
right, so let me throw something in there for our listeners who are new.
Oh yeah, about what come betting is?
Not just come betting.
Okay, go ahead.
But the bigger the area on the layout, the worse the bet really is.
Oh, nice, dude.
The come bet is a large place. The field bet is usually a large place. Takes up a lot of space on the layout. The larger the space, the worse the bet.
We should have like a phrase for that rhymes. The larger the space, something. Yeah. I'll work on that.
I'll think of something.
You know?
I'll think of something. The larger the space, you're going to lose space. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. So, I mean, yeah, listen, that Sheets. So, Demon Dan, we're good up until he's shooting and I go a little crazy on him. I don't know why. First time shooting, maybe I'll press it. I've been there. Maybe I was getting a little frustrated. So maybe it was a little impatience.
You got to let the table come to you, or you got to go to the table.
Exactly. I forced it. Big mistake. I forced it. And then guess what I kept doing?
You kept chasing your losses.
Classic dumb shit craps player. Embarrassing to even go out there.
And why did you do that? Did you do that because you were trying to teach a newbie how to play and how they?
Yeah, I know. Rubbing it in. I taught him.
I mean, I'm asking you a legitimate question. Did you do that because, okay, I've got a newbie, we're down, I want to show him how to come back? Is that why you did it?
I don't know if I did that on purpose. He was also getting impatient, I think, too, because he kept wanting to bet. He's like, let me bet snake eyes.
No.
It's like,
no.
he's like, let me throw. He wanted to throw $25 on snake eyes. I said, you realize that's a one-time bet. I'm telling you, don't do that bet. He's like, but it's going to pay this much. I'm like, you don't have enough money to do it. Of course, but at some point, these are grown-ass men. Needless to say, he started doing that, but he just wanted to, I think he wanted to just say snake eyes. You know what I mean?
You can say it without betting. At least put it on the field.
I know, dude. So anyway, I'm used to betting at a certain level. For people that don't know, and Ed, you don't know, 2022, my average bet in MGM was in the 400s. My average bet. 2023, my average bet was like 650 something. Okay, that's a level of like where my default setting is high for approaching this. I can do it. There's no excuses. This is all on me, but I fucked up. I mean, seriously. And I started chasing because I know I can get that back at a different level betting. I can get back that whole roll in 2 hits. Anyway, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And it went from just bad to worse. I'm just bearing it all, Ed. You would be rolling over if you would have hit me.
I'm already rolling over.
You would have hit me with a stick. If you saw, I then reached in my pocket and pulled out another $300. Try to get it back on one more shooter.
One more shooter.
Yep. And guess what?
Bye 300.
I was like, Demon Dan, I'll be over there answering emails at that machine. Obviously, I'm done. Okay. I'm down $900, Ed.
Yeah.
As embarrassing that I'm even putting that out here.
Well, number one, we've all done that. I've reached into my pocket before, but normally it's because the dice are coming to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Because I'll reach in if I've really, really low in my rail and the dice are I'm next, I'll reach in and I'll buy in for myself.
For sure. I get it. Yeah.
I'm not going to buy in for some random person that I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to do now that you've lost $900?
Oh man.
Because you've lost what you won at the Westgate with a newbie plus 2 buy-ins or plus a buy-in, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That sucks. That hurts.
It totally hurts. And It's embarrassing.
This is like confession.
Yeah, it's like,
This is like going to confession.
yeah, which I
Bless you, my son.
thank you. Which, you know what? I've only been to confession, I think, a couple times in my life.
We need to improve on that
Yeah.
a little
Okay,
bit.
this is a confession.
You need to go to confession just a little more,
The craps confessional.
even if it's with me.
Yeah, this
You
is
need to go to confession
the
a little more.
craps confessional. Okay, so super embarrassing. I lose this money. I'm down 900. All right, come find me, Demon Dan. Ed.
And he's like on the table for hours, no doubt.
Ed, this is the worst thing that happens. So the next guy,
Goes on a heater. Let me
next
tell you, the
guy
next guy goes on a heater, right?
Dude, he does. And so Demon Dan went, oh, friend, you know that hard eight that you were going for? I just hit it. So he was in for a total of 500, left down 300.
All right. So, okay, I give him a little bit of heart love right there because, I mean, you got to, if you fight your way back and still walk away and you still got some chips in your hand, even though it's less chips,
Yep.
you've accomplished something.
I tell you what, that was the tough pill to swallow, dude. I'm sitting there and I see that
The
table
newbie beat you.
celebrating, dude. Yeah, the newbie
Yeah.
beat me.
Yeah.
He did.
I've seen it many times.
The newbie beat me. Yeah. And that guy, he was like, that guy had such a nice toss. And I'm like, I knew he had a nice toss because when I saw it, I'm like, wow, this guy's got a nice, it's a beautiful throw. And so I just left. I couldn't, I didn't want to stand there and see it. I thought maybe I'd see it from a distance. It would hurt less.
Yeah. No, it hurts worse. It's worse.
So anyway, we leave the Luxor. I am 0 for 3 at the Luxor in my career. By the way, they're dark tables. It's a dark energy.
Don't go to the Luxor to win. Don't go there if you want to win.
I thought Demon Dan could handle those spirits.
I've
running
never
around.
played at the Luxor, so why am I saying that? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? It'd be funny if we went up there.
I've read too many, horror movies
It's
about
supposed to
the
be
Luxor.
haunted.
It is haunted. I mean, that's what everybody says, right?
Yeah.
If there's evil spirits, lurking around on the 14th floor, damn if I'm going to play craps there.
And so, Ed, you want to hear a Luxor story?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. The first time I was at Luxor, I had a drink there, Ed.
No kidding.
That I learned about this drink. It was called a Kir Royale. Have you ever had a Kir Royale?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so check this out. A Kir Royale, it's champagne with Chambord in it, and it turns the drink like purple. Yeah, and it's called a Kir Royale. First time I ever had it was at Luxor. Never forget it.
Is that a girl drink?
Well, listen, a girl ordered it, okay? And that's how
Like Sex on the Beach?
I
except
guess
it's
so,
really
a
drink.
Kir Royale. And it's champagne with Chambord. So we left defeated and we walked through back through Excalibur, past New York, cut through Park MGM.
Yeah.
So Ed, a good friend of mine has this expression that he likes to say, a guy named Oliver. He's like, yeah, I just kind of like to creep up on a table. I didn't understand what he meant.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it just happens. Like all of a sudden you're walking, all of a sudden like there's a craps table in front of you and it's like calling you.
Yeah.
It's your spot's open, stick left one or stick right one. You didn't plan it, but you just creeped up on it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I was not necessarily planning. I had already called it in my head, but all girl dealers at this.
Oh, you got to buy in.
The cage is right there. And then there's a craps table at Park. It's a crapless table.
The cage, that's the place where you take your craps and change them for money, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Except this time I took it and exchanged my 50s.
Thank you. Get rid of the freaking 50s. Finally.
I'm like, Demon Dan, I'm exchanging all these 50s. He's like, why? I'm like, because I'm superstitious. And again, the lady was like, that was 40 years ago.
40 years ago is yesterday.
She gave me hundreds. I said, Demon Dan, let's do this. There were 2 other people at this table. It was crapless.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Nice. Crapless?
Crapless.
I'm a player. I'm in.
I know.
Buy me in.
I know.
I'm buying in for 800 or 1200. What's the minimum bet?
$25 table.
I'm buying in for 1200.
Okay, well, I only had 600.
Yeah.
It was my backup.
You're under bankroll because of the
And
damn-
I was already down 900. So
Yeah.
bought in for 600.
Yeah.
And this is what the strategy was. 30 on bonus,
Yeah.
30 on the line. I'm not like necessarily playing conservative given this roll. and then I put 100 on the extremes, a total of 100. So my total expenditure right now is $160.
Yeah.
Guy nails a couple. He nails a 12, nails 11 twice.
All right. Wait a minute. Time out.
Yep.
Let's go through your betting progression here.
Mm-hmm.
This is important to you and to the newbies. You had a 12, you said?
Yep.
You had 25 on it. Did you collect?
I collected it. I'm in collect mode.
Pays 150. No problem with that at all.
I'm collecting everything.
All right, because you're in a hole for the night. You need to collect. All right, so I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so then he hit it again.
He had an 11.
He hit an 11. You got 25 on the 11.
Pays 3-1.
That pays 75.
Yep.
You collect?
Collect.
Okay. So you collected 150 and 3 times 25.
Yep.
Right? You collected 225.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got profit in your rack.
Yep.
On a crapless table.
Yep.
And
yep.
The guy's still rolling.
Yep. And he hits the tall.
And you got money on the tall.
$10.
All right, that's $300.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm pleased.
Yeah, so am I.
So far I'm pleased with the story. I know you said he hit a couple more 12s or something. He hit a few more 11s, right?
So he hit an 11 again.
All right. On the next 11, what did you do?
I moved my bets into the 4 and 10.
Has he been hitting 4 and 10s?
Yeah, he's been hitting fucking everything, dude. Aces and ace deuce away from making them all. It was a nice run.
You spread your winnings from the 11, the second 11.
I started spreading a little, yeah.
So you got 75, you've gone to 4 and 10, and maybe a quarter in the rack or quarter somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Did you press the 11?
No, I didn't press any of those bets at that point. I was in that awkward spot. I just wanted to rack. I just wanted to get some money back.
Okay.
Number one priority. Looking back on it, could I have pressed? If I came to that table not down, I would have doubled up the extremes.
Yeah, but you were in collect mode. You were in, I got to get my money back mode.
Hell yeah.
I got you. All right. I'm not even gonna chastise you at all for that, because that's smart. You got to get your money back.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think I should have just kept collecting and not even, I felt like I got a little greedy by
you got to press
going in on the 4 and 10.
All
right, next shooter, not great. Next shooter, not great. The next shooter, actually, I didn't even bet on. I had just bet the line because I saw how he threw and it was just too wild. I got up to shoot next.
You finally going to throw the dice for the night?
Finally. Yeah, because that table's calling me.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this set, which I saw someone throw at Durango, and which I then practiced with and told you about.
Yeah.
It was a 5-3, 4-6 set.
Yeah.
Which rolls, it has 5s and 9s on it.
Yeah.
So you'll see, this is some of the things I do, dude, with intuition. I think you would be like, that's my boy, right? So I put 25 on 5 and 9 working on my come out. Boom. Hits it. I do that a lot, by the way. I know you shouldn't work a come out, but when you know what you're going to throw.
Well, all it is a throw.
Yep.
It's just another throw. Do you want to work it or not? That's up to you. Okay.
The classic way to play this, by the way, you're not doing that. You're not like working place bets on your come out roll. You're just establishing a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pushing your luck, isn't it? Do you do that ever?
Sometimes I'll do the 6 and 8.
Really, Ed? You'll work the come out?
Oh, 6 and 8.
Wow.
I'll hop the 6 and 4.
Ed, see, sometimes I feel like you're tempting the craps gods when you do that. Like you're not playing in the way the game was
Sometimes
designed.
you're offending the craps gods if you don't throw and don't bet what you normally would hit with a certain set.
I guess so.
I mean, because I can remember being at the Flamingo, and I'm shooting from straight out. Got my pass line bet, and I threw $5 at the dealer, and I said hop the 6-4, and I said it, and I threw a 6-4.
Ah, nice. That is like baller.
And then everybody in the world, nobody else had hopped it. Everybody else turns around and they go like, looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I just kind of throw my hands up and I go, lucky shot, right?
The man.
But I knew that with a particular set that the 6-4 was a predominant number, a predominant combination with my set. So I bet the 6-4 on the hop, 15-1.
Yeah, nice. So anyway, just like Babe Ruth, I was like 5'9" working. Lady looks at me. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I'm going to tell you that's a weird combo
Yeah, well, you know what? You're not talking to your
because
average.
most people are going to be 6'8".
Yeah, you're not talking to your average craps player. Five, boom, hits it. Yep, cool guy.
Nice. What'd you hop it for?
I didn't hop it. I just placed it, dude.
Oh, okay. You placed it for what?
It's 25.
Okay. So you won 35. You won 35.
And then guess what I proceed to do? So five's a point. Then guess what I proceed to do?
Throw a 7.
Yeah, yeah,
I can tell. I can tell.
exactly. Fucking BSO, man. Cool guy. Fucking .77. At least I fucking won on my first roll.
You hopped the first roll, hit it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I called my shot on the first roll and then, of course, just looked like a idiot. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is number 1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.